Hey, welcome to New Jump City, everybody, where we recap the week in American and Japanese sequential art. I am your host, Christian, the unbiased king, Espinal. And joining me in person, it is the man, the myth, the legend. It is Joshua Gangsta Time Cole.
It's called Partner, but it should be called Gangsta Time.
What up, Chris?
Hey, buddy. It's
What's
good
good,
to
everybody listening? What up, Brian? Today was an impactful day.
All right. That's very good. Very excited. Also with us on this impactful day, it is the edgelord himself. Big news, Brian.
Yeah, what's up, nerds?
Hey, buddy. Oh, my goodness. We have an episode for you guys. All of our manga and the weekly lineup is here for the first time in what feels like weeks. You know, it's good to have everybody back together under one roof, at least for 1 week, because Jujutsu Kaisen's off break next week. But, you know, it's good to have them around. With that being said, let's get into plugs. You can find me at the Chris Espinal on Twitter and Instagram. Joshua Cole, where can they find you?
At JD Cole_37. That's on Instagram. And you can find me on Twitter, NY Chillin' with an EN, not an ING at the end. Hit me up.
Yeah. Brian?
You can find me at b.esp on both Instagram and Twitter. And if you ever want to catch me when I'm streaming, you can find me at twitch.tv/itspunchline.
Oh, yeah. Follow the show itself at New Jump City on Twitter and Instagram. Follow us on Twitter, especially because we do a really good chapter of the week poll. The poll usually comes out when the official release chapters drop on Sundays. So check us out then. Give us a vote, and we'll reveal the winner on this week's pod. And email us at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com with any questions, suggestions, anything you guys want us to talk about. We got an email today. Very excited about that. Our first fan email that we'll be reading later because it pertains to one of our favorite series that we like to talk about here. So yeah, send us your emails, your questions, whatever, and we'll read them on the show and answer it for you guys. We love communicating. You can subscribe to us, please. That would be super cool. You could do that. Subscribe, like, comment. If you don't want to do the email thing, comment under whatever video you're watching, whether it's the full version of the podcast or the little highlight breakouts we make for every episode. You could also subscribe to us on a number of audio platforms if you prefer audio platforms instead. Audio podcasts. The full pod usually comes up early on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts. Usually gets there before the video version does. So hit us up on all of those platforms. And without further ado, spoiler alerts ahead. Let us get the show started. One Piece. This is One Piece chapter 1039, Top Billing. Last we left off, Kid and Big Mom and Law were going at it, fighting styles. Kid just hit her with a giant metal bull. Pretty rad. And
Extra points for being an animal.
Yeah, extra points for being an animal for sure. And we start out this chapter above Wano. Momonosuke is actually pulling the island of Onigashima away from Wano. It's actually working. Good for Momo. Yay!
Dragon clouds.
Dragon! And, you know, as he's working, he somehow hears that someone is calling out to him. It's Zoe, probably.
Oh, Zunisha.
Yeah, it's probably Zunisha. Being like, help, help. They're about to attack me here.
Yo, they pulling up.
Yeah, they're down here.
Bring your dragon ass to the sea.
Yeah, for sure. And we cut back to the battle of Big Mom and Kid and Law. Everybody's cheering them on because they managed to get a pretty good hit on Big Mom. Kid and Law start arguing. You're like, I am not your opening act here. I'm the captain, the most important captain here. Honestly, Eustace is more surprising where he's like, why are you even arguing about this, Law? Why are we
not important? Right.
Yeah, what are we doing?
What the fuck is your problem, Law? I thought you was way more mature than that.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming from Law.
They showed that Law was kind of immature when they were fighting on the rooftop.
I guess.
He was also indulging in the nonsense.
I think Kid, really, that was me kind of like putting myself in the shoes of Kid. Like, he's like, whoa. I thought you were, out of all three of us, I thought you were the most
Mature
kept
one.
together. Yeah. Guess not.
Yeah. But it turns out Kid's big bull attack didn't. I mean, it hurt. It looks like he broke Big Mom's wrist a little bit.
Yeah. Cracked some of her ribs.
Yeah, and she gets up and she uses her powers to give some of her soul to her own bones.
Gangsta.
Oh my God.
Gangsta. It doesn't stop, bro.
It's called partner, but it should be called gangsta time.
Her arms are now sentient.
Right.
They both say yes, mama, to her own self.
Yeah, to her arms.
Yo, this is some pretty intense metaphysics going on here. You know, they're their own separate beings.
The fact that she hadn't done that before, it's pretty big deal.
Yeah,
she hasn't had to. Maybe some of her other bones are alive.
No,
Maybe.
her bones are alive now. They have their own lives, their own perspective. They're the ones who say yes, mama.
All of them?
No, just her.
Just the arm
just
bones.
the ones.
Yeah.
in the arms.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I wonder if she's had to do this in the past. I don't think so.
She seems to. This seems to be like an attack of hers that she's like, all right, when I get serious, I give my soul to my hands, and my hands give life.
I thought, all right, I just interpreted this as her healing herself.
It is.
Kind of like a out of the box way of doing it.
It is, but she heals herself by literally giving her hands sentience.
Yeah, and that I guess makes her stronger too. Why not?
Yeah, pretty cool. Anyway,
And Law's like, he starts off by saying, "I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you, kid. I can't do this shit no more." I know I was talking real hot just a few panels ago, but
man, I didn't know she would get up again.
yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, but Big Mom doesn't really give them a chance to plan around that, so she immediately uses her Master Saber, which is combining all three of her main homies together into one big weird lightsaber thunder sword. It's pretty crazy. Kid uses his assign awakening ability to assign her forehead the South Pole and some building right behind her as the North Pole, making her unbelievably magnetic to it. She gets drawn to it, crashes directly into the building, and he tries to go at her again with the bull thing, but Big Mom just like rips the front of this building out and just uses it as a shield, which, man, big brain play from Big Mom, honestly.
She was like, "Man, fuck that. I'll move this whole tower."
Yeah, you're not getting me again with this stupid bull. And she uses her, I guess, ultimate attack in Mother's Visit canon.
Mother's Visit. Yo, what the fuck? Yo, these names is hilarious.
Yeah. She just like turns, I guess Hera, and I think everyone fuses for the most part. I don't know if this is Hera and Prometheus fusing into one big monster thing.
All right, in my opinion, I think we can all agree with this. I think it's just literally like the aftershock of an attack that she turned, like the pure energy of the attack that they let off, she turned that into a person, like into a being. So it was able to kind of move around and do more for itself after the fact. But it's just pure destruction incarnate. Yeah. Really intense.
Yeah. I mean, the only reason I say that is because like it's electricity, but it also seems to be fire on the back end here.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So, like the power comes off of the sword. Like I definitely see why you would think like, oh, but they're still, you could tell they're still there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, at least Prometheus is for sure. But I'm pretty I don't think they fused. I think it's just the energy that went off. She just made that sentient. She gave it life.
All right.
Which is dope. Imagine someone turning Goku's Kamehameha into a person.
Woo! I'm a whole woman now. She slams down on Kid. Kid dodges. I didn't peep that up top.
I did not peep that was him.
Yeah. It took me a minute to realize too, because I was focused on how fucking strong this attack is. And as like this attack is chasing Kid, Law drops an entire building on Big Mom's fucking head.
Whole ass building.
And, he knows already that that's not enough to take down Big Mom. So he just uses his awakening power of Kroom to do kind of like a stronger version of what he did before. He impales her with the sword directly in her chest. The sword extends all the way back down to the mainland of Wano.
I don't understand why that Was that one of those things that's just cool, or was that significant?
I would like to
Did
think
it matter?
that I think like the longer the conduit of power he has, the harder the shockwave he's sending.
Right.
So
it was really just a show of strength more than something technically happening here. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah,
like,
I guess.
I don't know. Maybe.
I guess it's a good way to like scale how this attack. Like he's putting literally everything he has into this shockwave.
Right. So the length of the sword is irrelevant, and whatever impact it makes is also fairly irrelevant.
Maybe the length of the sword, this whole thing here, the energy around it is the impact, and because the sword is so fucking long, that's how much power he's putting into the fucking to the shockwave that like he's about to.
Right. It's just a physical. It's almost a metaphorical representation of the actual how strong the move is supposed to be. So I guess with all of that said, kind of just a cool thing.
No, I think like literally this is how much energy he's putting into it. It's like 30,000 miles long, the amount of energy he has in this attack.
Jesus Christ. Maybe. Well, you know what? We'll see. Maybe they'll break it down further. I have a feeling they won't. Who cares?
I mean, as he's just still going deeper. I think like the length of it really does matter because he's thinking like, not yet. It has to go deeper into the earth because I think like he's really trying to get the most out of this attack. And Big Mom is beating him down on her chest like the entire time.
Like an otter cracking a fucking shell on its stomach with the rock. You know how they open the oysters up?
And Big Mom finally, I'm not Big Mom, Law finally unleashes his big attack, Millie, that just creates a crater.
Willie?
Basically, Willie. Weil. I think it's maybe Weil. Puncture Weil.
I hope it's not Willie.
I don't think it's Willie because there would have to be an I or something. I will say that it's Weil. So yeah, big old fucking shockwave. Big Mom is not taking it well. She's like, blah!
Yeah, she's in pain.
But you know what? It didn't kill her because she's a fucking emperor, you know, and that she uses her misery one more time trying to get Law. And then that's when Eustace comes in with his super double mega ultra cannon.
Yeah. Electric beam. Oh, metal beam.
Metal beam.
Nah, it's pretty sick, guys. I mean, it's a fucking cannon.
This art right now. He went hard on this.
He did.
He went fucking ham. And then he just unleashes a death beam called Damned Punk directly into Big Mom's chest again. As Log proclaims, your era is over.
Is that the name of the attack? I thought that was Big Mom saying, damn punk.
Oh, I don't know.
Maybe. No, but the other moves is like Punk Gibson, right?
Yeah, right.
So,
Punk Gibson and all that. So I think he's saying damn punk. Pretty cool.
He didn't even need to call the shit a move. We know what's happening. She's getting blasted.
She's getting obliterated right
Beam.
now. Beam. And that's where the chapter ends. Big, cool 2-page spread. And with that being said, let's throw it over to thoughts. Josh, what did you think about this chapter?
What do I think? Fucking awesome.
Ooh, yeah.
I would have loved... I'm not violating One Piece. One Piece is always top 3. But it's not my RGC this
Damn.
Just had to get that out the way. I'm sorry.
How dare you?
Yeah, well... yeah, we'll get to it.
Yeah.
I don't think Big Mom is done yet. However, I think the job is done. I think their job is done. I think Big Mom is maybe she's out. I don't think she's dead. I think maybe she's gonna fall through and be on the ground for a while, hurt and like, damn, I can't get back up there without expending too much energy. Maybe I need to sit my big ass down for half an hour. I mean, shit, I'm sure Luffy will take that half an hour, you know?
Yeah.
Without interruption from another emperor. It was a dope... Oda's been making strides and making me respect Kid and Law a lot more during the course of this fight. I said that from the beginning. I wasn't super excited for the showdown because I didn't think he was going to give it the attention that I wanted him to give to these characters, but it's been pretty good so far. You know, it's nothing complex. You know, at the end of the day, it's a tag team fight against Big Mom, so it was never going to get that deep as far as the details of their abilities and it being like a chess match. Because not only is that not really Oda's style anyway when it comes to combat, like I mentioned, this is a tag team fight against Big Mom. The vibe I'm getting from this is just fun, big, destructive fun. And that's how I felt reading it.
Yeah.
I'm impressed with Big Mom. I think there's more fight to go. Those are my thoughts. Brian, anything stuck out to you, or do you have any rebuttals?
Yeah, I'm just surprised that that Oda literally turned Kid into a steel type Pokemon. Just gave him like a photon cannon or some shit.
Right.
Like
That's a photon cannon.
I still don't know what the fuck Kroom does. Like, I still don't understand this fucking ability. His sword's really fucking long. I not to say that it isn't cool. I just don't understand, which is fine because there's, it looks cool, which is all that matters in this situation.
Sure.
Like, if you're gonna take out an emperor, you're gonna pull out the wackiest fucking thing you got in the book to take down an emperor. And both of them brought their big guns for that fight. Kid literally brought a big gun. So I think this was an amazing chapter. I liked it a lot.
Is it at your RGC?
No.
Okay.
It was close though. I really liked it.
I do have a response to what you're saying. With as far as Law goes with his moves, right? I was kind of talking about this before, and I think you addressed this already, Chris. So please cut me off if you have the answer. Mm-hmm. But I was trying to figure out like what's so special about this special move that he's doing. What's peculiar about it as opposed to his normal room attack? And I was even arguing that it's inefficient. It's like to do it this way with the sword. You're better off having a whole room where you can do whatever you want in it, which is what I thought was the case. I mean, I just feel like he could have did the shockwave stuff in his room anyway, but I guess not.
Yeah, I think the way I interpret it is that like they obviously didn't go into what makes Kroom and Room different yet.
No, they didn't.
So, we don't know necessarily, but the way I look at it is that he's using it specifically to deal internal strikes into Big Mom. So I don't know if Law's room necessarily allows him to, just like by making the room, he can attack you from the inside. And I think that's what Kroom is supposed to do. It's supposed to be like this, radioactive scalpel.
That's what you said before. That's what I remember. You were saying that the point of Kroom was to just, it's the same thing as Room, just a little bit more, I guess, more specific to dealing bigger damage to something.
Yeah, I think it's similar to Luffy's Ryuo, where it's the Ryuo haki is just like something, is haki that allows you to attack from the inside out, and that's why it's hurting Kaido. Is that it supersedes his haki, his armament haki, and it's just allowed to hit him from in that. And I think Kroom is somewhat similar, because it is even used in a different application than Room. Room, he usually just creates a big room, but the Kroom is usually, as we've seen so far, just around his sword, and is strictly used to get in, within someone.
And he's a doctor. Mm-hmm. Even though that's lost on me constantly, yeah, I'm sure it's not lost on Oda, and it makes a lot of sense when you look at it from that perspective. So
yeah, I guess it's a scalpel versus a hammer type move. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But
that scalpel has a way higher potential for damage than the hammer does.
Yeah, because
old wooden hammer, incredibly sharp scalpel.
Yeah, I guess Law's done something like this before, and I don't know if that was supposed to be a hint that he was achieving awakening when he attacked Doflamingo with the
gamma knife. Yeah.
So I think that's kind of a form of it before he developed it into the Kroom that it is.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But hey, I mean, I think they'll probably explain it down the road. This is obviously even after Wano, I don't think it'll be the last we see of Law.
Yeah, no way. He's not dying here. If anything, I think Kid dies. If anyone's gonna die out of these, out of the supernova people.
Yeah. I'll say this. My thoughts. This was my RGC, honestly.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
I really like One Piece this week. It was a lot of fun. I guess like compared to like the other series this week, this one was just the one that got me most excited, and it was a lot of fun for me. I also don't think Big Mom's done here, or at least I would hope not. Honestly, I would be. There is like we've mentioned this before in the podcast, but there's like this idea going around that the Straw Hats and whatever, like the entire good guy force is having too easy of a time with these warlords, and I don't think that's necessarily true. I would like to say that there's probably going to be one more chapter where Big Mom gets a rebuttal, and my hope for it is that like we kind of do what we did with Yamato a little bit and have half the chapter kind of be dedicated to Kid and just kind of like giving a little bit of a flashback into what he's about and where he came from. And it doesn't have to take that long. It doesn't have to be like a big old long flashback.
No, not at all. It can be one chapter. It could be 3/4 of one chapter, you know?
Yeah. I would love it if like Law goes down and Kid like gets up and deals the decisive blow, because Law's already had all his development.
He's had so much development. That's why I'm borderline. You know what? You actually put it really good for me, man. Because that's the only issue I have with this battle is that Big Mom is such a big deal. We know about Law, and Kid is supposed to be a big deal, but we don't know a thing about him. So him achieving this feat of beating Big Mom is real. It rings hollow right now to me because I just know Kid is one of the other rivals to Luffy. Other than that, I don't care, you know?
Yeah, he's supposed to be like when he first got here, he was the number one. He was just above Luffy. And yes, I know it's because he only achieved that level of bounty because he actually killed people, whereas Luffy did not.
Sure.
But yeah, I think I would like to see like Kid get a little bit of shine. I don't need all that much because obviously we can't have multi-chapter spotlights on every single character in the One Piece universe. I obviously understand that, but it'll be cool to see a little bit from Kid and let him shine and let him deal the decisive blow on Big Mom, if that's even the case. Because, like, in theory, a lot of theories going around that Big Mom's going to show up at Elbaf when they go there. So, you know.
I like Big Mom. I don't want to see her go.
Yeah, I don't either.
I would like to see her reform even.
Yeah.
I think she had a lot of selfish intentions as far as like the outreach of her family goes, but it all felt like it was from the heart. She wants this community. She wants this love around her. She's just crazy.
Yeah.
And has all this power so no one could check that craziness.
Yeah. I definitely, you know.
Other than someone like Kaido or Shanks, and they don't care about her personal shit. They're not going to tell her, listen, Charlotte, you're kind of doing a lot with your kids.
Yeah.
No one's going to say that.
Yeah. But, yeah, Brian, you had a rebuttal, I believe?
I was just gonna say that I feel like Oda made Kid this way on purpose. Just because out of the three, Kid is the only one that's not part of the D clan, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. But he's like he's trying to force himself to have the same qualities of these guys, you know, like, but he just doesn't. Like, he just doesn't have those same qualities as Luffy or as Law. Like, and that's why he kind of, in order for him to kind of reach that level, he needs support from them to get there. Like, when Kid started this fight, he was literally like the least unique of the three of them. Like, he only showcased one move the entire time. He was constantly getting shut down by the emperors and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But now, like, after like an extended fight with support, he actually managed to push through and, you know, break that mediocre barrier, you know? Like,
yeah.
This is just goes to show that every time Kid tries to do something on his own, he falls flat. You know? Mm. And this is like a big twist in his personality because now all of a sudden he's the one who's trying to focus up, you know? Like, back when they were on the roof, he was the one who was like, don't give me orders, bitch.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And now all of a sudden he's grown in this fight, which is very similar to what Luffy does, you know? Mm-hmm. But this time it's not just like his skills that have gotten polished, it's his personality a little bit too.
Interpersonal
like he's
skills.
Yeah, like he's
Which is a big
matured
deal.
a little bit.
Yeah.
He's matured a little bit.
Yeah. But to be fair, I think like Luffy couldn't have done much. Luffy is basically the same way. He got beat by Kaido like twice already at this point.
Yeah, basically.
And if he didn't like, I think like that's what Kid is learning. I think you're right about that, Brian. That is, you can't do it all by yourself, you know. And also, to be fair, Kid also tried to form an alliance. They just betrayed him. So
That's true.
yeah, I don't know. It's Kid's an interesting character. We just don't know much about him, and I hope that we eventually find out.
And now I just remembered. There was also a part before the raid where Kid was like, "Nah, I'm not trusting anybody. Me and Killer, we're just gonna do this shit on our own."
Oh yeah,
I forgot all about that.
Like, yeah, like I just remembered that talking about this in context. I really do think this was Oda's plan for him, is to show that, you know, you can't just throw away trust out the window, like in situations like this. You know, like Luffy makes comrades no matter where he goes. So kids should be able to do that too, you know? And just because he got betrayed or just because he feels like he has some pride that he has to live up to doesn't mean that he can't get that help either.
yeah. No, I definitely see where you're coming from with that. It's hard because it's like kind of conjecture at this point because we really actually don't know about like Kid enough to make that much of an assumption. Because the only reason, like, Kid is basically the third wheel here because Law and Luffy have been together since Punk Hazard. So,
and not as rivals. I mean, legit as like damn near teammates.
Yeah.
If Law wasn't a captain of his own crew that he's barely ever with, apparently,
Yeah.
he'd be a straw hat, bro.
Yeah, I'll say this though. I think you have something there. I think there's definitely something in Law where, you know, he definitely doesn't play well with others, and you know he's very much a prideful guy who wants to win. But you know, so are the other two.
He's basically the Vegeta of the three.
Which means he's going to be immediately disrespected probably next chapter.
Jesus, I hope not.
Oh my God, I hope not either. But yeah, I mean, I think that's all I have to say about the chapter. Brian, do you have any closing thoughts?
Is Eustace Kid like an actual pirate?
Yeah.
In like real life?
Oh yeah. He's named after a real pirate.
That was a good question.
Him, Blackbeard, his name is an actual name of Blackbeard the pirate.
Eustace was a pirate, right? Not Kid.
Whitebeard also has, I think.
Of course, yeah, Whitebeard.
I think his name was Marshall Newgate, actually. So Whitebeard's name is the real Blackbeard's name. I think. Like it's Marshall Newgate or something.
No, isn't it Marshall D. Teach?
That's Blackbeard's name. But like real life Blackbeard was like Marshall Newgate or something like that. I don't know, Brian.
Oh.
You could look it up if you
I
want.
did not know that. I did not know that was actually his name.
Yeah, but I don't know.
I'm ready to move on.
Yeah, let's go. My Hero Academia. This is My Hero Academia chapter 342, The Extreme Quiet Before the Storm. It feels like forever since we've talked about My Hero. It's kind of weird. I guess because it was off like last week and we've had like 3 episodes since the last time we talked about it.
I guess. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. But yeah, this is My Hero. Last we left off, Spinner was going to be like the Che Guevara of heteronormative people. Heteromorph people.
Yeah.
The
Nice name drop.
Yeah, good name. I good with references sometimes. And they were getting ready for Shigaraki. He's going to be done in like 4 days. And we open up to the hideout, the big fortress, the evacuation center for the civilians in UA. And we pull up with these 2 new characters who seem to be like just normal people, or at least like evacuees, but they're actually plants by All For One. And they're there to sow distrust and malice into the regular people of My Hero Academia.
Let's put a bookmark on that, and we'll save that for later.
Yeah. But yeah, they're just there to kind of reveal that like he has a plan for everything, and he put us here, and now we're gonna be very mean.
Like I said,
talk shit.
I'll address this later.
Yeah. We cut over to the student dorms. The kids are just getting back from a search where they're searching for, like, I guess, Shigaraki's hideout or any of the hideouts of the League of Villains. And, you know, they haven't really had time to rest. They're just got home. They're going to chill now. They have some time to shower up and chill and, you know, take a load off. That's when All Might comes in, and he's like, we're only informing select individuals for now. It's time to discuss our final plans for this second pivotal war. So, you know, a bunch of panels of them preparing, discussing the plan. Endeavor seems to have a piece of paper that brings him much concern.
Yeah. It's a lot of that. A lot of show, don't tell.
Yeah, which I like.
A lot more of it.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
No, I'm sorry. Tell, don't show.
Oh, we don't know because they didn't tell us. So this is technically like just showing us that we're being, you know, they're planning.
You know what? I'm sorry. I got to do it. No, what's happening right now is that we're seeing stuff and we're hoping. We are praying, not Brian, because he has the utmost confidence in the world that everything that's positive that's going to happen is definitely going to happen. And when it doesn't, it's not a big deal. Anyway, we're hoping that, that he's going to show us these little plot lines and why that they're making these faces and what's leading up. That's the hope. But you know what, bro? I do not have the confidence that each of these things are going to be fleshed out in a way that I think is good enough. Straight up, bro. Straight up, I get annoyed when I see things like this in My Hero Academia, where it's not ever a problem in any other series. With My Hero Academia, I catch an attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is he looking at? Tell me what he's looking at. Tell me what he's looking at, bro. Like, not you, but the fucking author. Like, dog, like, you're gonna keep doing this and keep doing this. And, what's he? Who gives a shit? He's gonna give us he's gonna make us not give a shit later on when he gives us a bullshit ass drop. That's what I'm trying to get at here. And it's like, stop it. Stop all of this extra shit. Why don't you just tell us? Why don't you just show us what's happening? Which we're gonna go back to doing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I blacked real quick.
Yeah.
I had an attitude about this chapter, bro. I had an attitude, but we're gonna get into it.
Well, in any case, we cut over to the next morning, and the heroes announced that, you know, that Shigaraki is going to move in 4 days, which the bad guys within the house, within the evacuee center, were planning on revealing that, but they got sideswiped by the heroes. They got the rug pulled under them. But you know what? They're not discouraged. They're just like, hey, you know what? We're still going to turn it against them because, you know, there's people.
All right, so this is what I'm talking about. You understand that what's the author's name again?
Horikoshi.
When Horikoshi does this is supposed to be us like, oh, wow. The bad guys with the plans are surprised by the actions of the good guys because it's different. They're moving differently. No! All that meant was that little bit of bullshit set up in the beginning means nothing.
No.
You have to understand what I'm saying, bro. Like, I know I'm not tripping.
I don't think it means
That's
nothing.
all. These are side characters. These are just nonsense plot moving characters to try to create some type of. Let's just wait to the end of the chapter.
Yeah. So yeah, he's like, those fools. They could have made the big man's life harder by shutting their traps and keeping the boy protected here. But you know what? We didn't plan it this way, but it's still fine. We'll figure it out. We'll still sow distrust. So that's cool. Everybody says goodbyes to their families and stuff. The nurse comes through, and I guess she's like tired from healing everyone.
Yeah.
So she's like shriveled.
Even more so than usual.
Yeah. There's the kids.
This was
cute.
actually really nice. This was actually a really nice montage.
Yeah. Very cute moment. This guy shakes the hand of the heteromorph girl that Midoriya saved, probably because they're both heteromorphs, and they're just like, "Yo, you're gonna be a heteromorph hero? Hell yeah, dude! Let's go!" Representation. I wish I remember this guy's name because I think he's got a cool design about him.
Brian.
The tentacle guy, Brian, do you remember him?
No.
Anyway, we cut over to the makeshift fortress of Troy, where the heroes are going to be hiding out, and kind of like this is going to be their base of operations for the oncoming plan. And they actually have some time to chill now. You know, they're not going on any missions today. Shoji.
Shoji.
Yes, Shoji.
Also known as the tentacle hero.
Yeah, Tentacle, I think his name is.
Yeah. Cole?
Yeah.
Like my last name? It's interesting.
It's called partner, but it should be called gangster time.
You funny for that.
Anyway, so Midoriya pulls up to Uraraka, because they haven't had time to talk since she basically stuck up for him during the whole like bring Deku back arc.
Yeah.
And they're just kind of like talking about, what they're doing up there, and Uraraka's just like on looking at the destroyed city to kind of just like steal her nerves a little bit, because she's been thinking a lot about Toga and how even though that she's killed a bunch of people and is
ruined a whole bunch of people's lives.
Yeah.
Even to the ones that didn't die.
Yeah, and is a blatant murderer and all that stuff. She still like she remembers that time where they fought, and like they were just like arguing, and she's just saying all the things that sounded right and what she understood to be right, and it saw that it made Toga very sad. And she's like, it really opened up her weird, like, this sense of empathy where it's like, what I'm saying to her must just sound like crazy shit to a degree, where like my sense of like normal is not the same as hers. And that doesn't make her right, but it makes it's me not being the most considerate I can be, because she's clearly, there's something going on here mentally to make her this way. And it reminds me of kind of like the argument of like Batman, kind of just the oversimplification of Batman like beating up on mentally ill folks to a degree. And I think that's what Uraraka's questioning about herself, is that like, yeah, she's wrong for doing what she did, and I don't forgive her, and I'm not just gonna forgive her, but maybe there's a better way to go about this than just beating the shit out of these people.
Absolutely. They're really, Horikoshi's really onto something here with this conversation, and I was actually surprised. I guess I was blinded by my jadedness of the series, but I really overlooked that when her and Toga fought, and also the stuff with Toga in the latest chapter, like putting two and two together. This was obvious, but I just really didn't appreciate what Horikoshi's trying to do here with at least some of the League of Villains members. I think the most interesting part of the series is the villains. We've all said that already. You know what I'm saying? That's not a secret. I'm sure most people feel that way as well. And this, I really like this writing, because they're not saying anything profound, but they are doing something really important that slips a lot of people's minds, I guess, in real life. And I know this is kind of a long-winded thought. I would rather save at the end, but I don't want to forget it because I thought about it on the spot. Mm-hmm. People do things for a reason, and it is to jail people, to punish people, and not question why they're doing these things. Why are they doing these evil things to other people? Why are they making other people's lives miserable? What's going on with them? You have to always consider what's going on in people's minds, because people do things for a reason. Obviously, there are people who are clinically insane, but we know that's their issue. That's why they have that problem. So what about for the people who aren't clinically insane but still do all of these things? Toga's crazy. Let's not let's not second guess that. She has problems, and so does most of these other League of Villains people. Like, Dabi has serious fucking issues. But it's the empathy towards someone like Toga that allows you to take a step back and reflect on other criminals too. Mm-hmm. Some people tend to have like a lack of empathy for those who aren't mentally incapacitated that still commit crimes. And I want to challenge people to say, no, it is those people in particular that we really need to analyze and break down. Unless you believe humans are inherently evil, which is very pessimistic, and that's not something I want to believe in. I'd rather believe that people are inherently good, and we have to figure out what is the issue, what is causing people to express this problematic behavior. And I'll tell you guys this last thing. Most of the time, when people act like they don't give a fuck about other people's feelings, it's because they feel that other people don't give a fuck about how they feel. Very simple thing to say, but it's something you have to think about.
Yeah. Agreed.
All right. Yeah. I'm going to have more to say later, though.
Yeah. With that being said, and the reason that, like, you know, they're talking about this, and the reason she's just standing looking at this city is that, like, she also knows she has a responsibility as a hero to stop this. This is a very extreme case of like the bigger talk that we've just had about what Uraraka's talking about, and to a degree there has to be some battle going on here to stop them from physically doing this shit again. Mm-hmm. So she's just kind of like stealing her nerves in that point, and Midoriya is kind of like the same way. He gives her the assurances like, yeah, I don't think you're crazy, because the way I look at it, I had the same moment kind of with Shigaraki when we were fighting, and we were in the all for one fucking weird space thing where, you know, I saw him as a kid, you know, like I saw him for like the wounded child that he was. And, you know, I think there's a way to stop them without intense violence, you know? And that's kind of like what they're rounding out about. We have a brief scene with Todoroki, Bakugo, Kirishima's there, Ida's there, and they're just kind of like comforting Todoroki because he's been through a lot, and they really haven't had time to sit with him and give him some comfort. And Ida's like, I too have an older brother, and Todoroki's like, yeah, but you know, we're not the same.
Well,
bro.
You know,
we're not the same, bro.
Yeah.
Your brother was like an actual hero and shit, but you know, I don't really know Toya. I don't even know what his favorite food is. And Bakugo, out of all people, are like, it's gotta be piping hot udon.
No doubt.
No fucking
I would
doubt.
know.
And he says, in that case, I'll make him sit down for a bowl with me, which is interesting because he's having kind of the same ideas that Uraraka and Midoriya are having. Yeah. And it's really cool to see. The chapter ends with old nutsack face just being like, ooh, shall we? On the day of the operation. And that's where the chapter ends. So let's throw it over to thoughts. Josh, overall.
Before I say anything else, this, you're not going to believe this. This is my RGC.
Whoa!
What?
Okay, wait.
I still have a bunch of negative stuff to say.
First things first. Brian, is this your RGC?
No, he said One Piece was.
No, that was
it was yours. Oh, okay.
I say it's RGC just because one thing, but I'll explain it.
Yeah, I guess I should also drop that this was also the audience's RGC.
Oh, shit.
So I don't know if this... we didn't talk about the bylaws of whether this counts as a unified
No. Unified... All right. Unified is us three agreeing on something. Convergence is us three and the audience. There's no criteria for, like, numbers.
You're right.
It's either us three or it's all four of us.
Yeah, you're right. We can't get into the minutia of the RGC. But in any case, I'll just give it an RGC drop for the all of yes.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
But with that being said, Josh, what are your big old thoughts? I know you're writing something down for later, but just let us know. Or we could skip you and just do Brian.
You know what? I would love to hear Brian's thoughts first, actually. Because I already had a lot to say.
I think what saved me for this chapter, for the most part, was that discussion between Uraraka and Deku. It was just a different shade of relationship you usually don't get from shonen manga sometimes. You know, like, that was a really mature conversation. I thought it was going to be some, like, typical anime like confession moment or some shit, but it ended up becoming like two people having a conversation about shit, you know? Like, it became like real. Like, it wasn't just some ass pull relationship like building moment, and I really enjoyed that. It's like two people who are like, what the fuck are we supposed to, like, why do we feel this way? Are we allowed to feel this way about, like, while being in the position we are? Like, and this is, it just shows that, like, they're still young and they still don't have, like they're still growing and learning about emotional maturity and shit. And on top of that, this is also just another view on what the old heroism days were like. Because most people don't, like, back in the day, it was like shoot first, right? It was like they had all the power. They could just fuck them up and then worry about whatever happens later.
Yeah.
But now these guys are like, these new wave heroes are like considering the fact that, damn, these are like human beings who need help, and we just beat on them, you know? We just take them down.
Especially the really sick ones. They're the ones that need help the most, yet get beat down the most. Continue, Brian.
Yeah, I was really impressed with this chapter. And I'm glad that he went the human route instead of trying to force something between Deku and Uraraka's relationship, because at the end of the day, what makes a relationship isn't just, oh, I love you, will you be my girlfriend? It's two people that, you know, enjoy each other and understand each other. And that, at the end of the day, I feel like that's the pinnacle of their relationship. Their relationship has always been this way, and I'm glad that he's still consistent with that. Respect and admiration. Exactly. That's what we've seen like grow organically. And care. Are you finished, Brian? Or yeah, I'm done. You could. Yeah, maybe you'll have more to say off, because I'm actually going to rebuttal off a little bit off of what you're saying. That was one of the main points I was going to make about why this is my RGC. I was really impressed, and I also was reminded of what Horikoshi's true strength is. I'm pretty sure we mentioned this a few weeks back. I'm sorry, guys, if it's regurgitating, but the way he writes the characters, how they talk to each other, their relationships, it's almost like similar to World Trigger, right? But I mean, Horikoshi does it really well too, and I think that's what I really enjoyed about this series. I liked Midoriya a lot. I liked him and All Might's relationship, the student teacher relationship they had. I loved how his mom spoke to him and how supportive she was of him when he found out he didn't have a quirk. All the like little things like that gave this series its charm. And to me, like, I never really cared what the story was going to be, just that we seen a lot of dope stuff happening on the way to Deku growing and becoming this, amazing hero that, he's going to be eventually. But specifically with Midoriya and Uraraka, right? I said a while ago how I was like watching the anime from the beginning, and like seeing a lot of things. I'm going to tell you this. Sometimes I cringed a little bit when I would watch the anime with Nikki, when they would show the interaction between Midoriya and Uraraka, because before she started realizing she had feelings for Midoriya, he was really awkward and extra around her. And it just, to me, the vibe was like, ugh, this is more of the same, like, oh, boy's acting real crazy around a girl. And it's like, we shouldn't really be showing that, because we that's a whole nother topic at hand. But what I want to emphasize is that I think it actually is healthy the way they've shown the relationship develop, because when you're young, you see a girl and you're like, oh, you see someone you're attracted to, and that's enough. I mean, shit, it's enough most of the time, even as an adult. And you're just like, man, I know I like this person, and let's just see what else they're about. And that's why I don't have a problem with what I've seen earlier. And throughout the series, we've seen them take turns on them having, on growing respect and admiration for each other. That's why I said it before. And this is kind of the culmination of it. When they were talking, he has this panel where Uraraka kind of just looks at him after he says something. And, they both kind of do it with each other. And it was really nice, because I felt like it was a moment of them noticing something about each other that they knew they really liked. So this is a way more mature romance now, and they haven't even
done anything romantic toward each other. It just feels very healthy, and I want to see how the complexities of war affect their relationship. It's almost like Aang and Katara in a sense, where not really like personality wise, but the way they have this whole conflict ahead of them, and they're just children, and they have these human feelings, but you got to put that shit aside, and in the face of tragedy. I just thought so much conversation and thought came from just these few pages that really was like, it just helped me remember why I liked My Hero Academia. And it had nothing to do with me hoping for the future or hoping that certain things work out a certain way with powers or certain characters getting a shine. It just made me really enjoy the fact that I've been reading My Hero Academia to this point. It reminded me. I'm going to end my rebuttal to you, Brian. I don't know if there's anything more you want to say before I start going ham.
No, you hit the nail on the coffin.
All right. So, yeah, I know it must be real wild to y'all that I still gave this an RGC, but I really want to make a point here. Horikoshi is just doing too fucking much. Or maybe that's a vague way to put it, but I do not like his storytelling. I do not. I don't like the way he builds. I think it's very hollow and easy to see through. And it's just been made so abundantly clear to this point. Like he's given us like 6 or 8 chapters in a row of gearing us up to this war. And that's not what you do. I'm not a writer. I don't write stories, don't critique them. I don't do comics or nothing like that. But like there has never been a series where I felt like, oh man, like I was really happy that they started gearing me up for this final arc. No, they just fucking go about it and you enjoy it based on what happens within the arc. I just feel like he's just really like trying to butter us up to understand and respect that this is about to be a big deal. And it's like, bro, you don't need to do that. Just fucking write your story and let shit happen. I'm not explaining this very well. This is why Chris always says you need to take notes so I could write this stuff down and figure it out in my head what the actual feeling is. What is the specific issue I have. But again, guys, when they showed these people like, oh yeah, we've got some plants in there, I realized I jumped the gun a little bit because that's still gonna play a role. I guess I was acting as if, oh okay, well whatever they're about to do doesn't matter because the kids are out of there. They're still gonna sow distrust within the people, and that's gonna create a safety issue, probably another element of the story. Whatever, man. I guess, but it's still lame to me. Just make it happen. We know that he has other people. You didn't need to show this and gear us up for the fact that, oh, something's about to happen with that. Let it pop off, bro. It's annoying to me. It's like somebody bragging about something, like, almost. Are you talking all this shit, and now when it happens, my expectations is going to be at a certain point. Oh, you set me up for some lit shit. Then when it finally happens, I'm like, whatever, man. I guess it was cool. Like with the fucking, with the reveal for, with the Ioma reveal, with the traitor reveal. Or I know you guys don't fully agree when they were revealing all of Midoriya's powers. Like, dog, why are we taking these 2 chapters to just throw all of this stuff out there and then give exposition about the abilities? Wouldn't it have been so much more fun had we seen him learning these abilities and exploring them and experimenting with them throughout various fights and then meeting with other people so that there's joint synergetic development between characters? Like it just, oh god, it just, this whole thing just screams, I want to hurry up and finish the series. I'm over it. And I haven't gotten those vibes since fucking Bleach, bro. It's really annoying me. And it was even more annoying because I did enjoy this chapter so much when they started. I mean, even aside from Midoriya and Uraka, right? I thought it was very profound in this moment with Todoroki, where his friends are showing support. They're trying to just be like, yeah, man, I that's your family, bro. We're gonna have to take out your family, probably. We're probably gonna have to kill your bro. And he's still trying to stay positive and be like, we're gonna try to reform him. And even Bakugo Instead of being like, bro, what the fuck you talk about, man? This nigga killed mad civilians, did all this extra shit. You want to have a bowl of food with him? You care about what the fuck he eats? No. Bakugo was like, you probably would like this. Because he's an asshole and I'm an asshole and I like that too. You know? That shows empathy. All of that from one panel.
Mm-hmm.
So much quality. Where page, nothing. It's so frustrating. So frustrated. Rebuttals, guys. Maybe I can explain better off of your points.
I totally understand what you're saying. And, to a degree, I don't want to reiterate it just because we've talked about it so many times.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, I definitely agree with certain things. We can see that Horikoshi has the ability to just kind of like be very efficient with the way he tells a story and in narrative technique.
Yes.
That's the whole thing, is that he's inefficient in certain narrative things that you have to do. Like, you have to establish certain things in your story. So he takes a lot of time establishing those things because he unnecessarily feels like he has to explain it a bunch of times, I think. That being said, I don't want to tread... Josh has treaded those tires enough. You guys get it. I agree. But I do think there is a lot of positive in this chapter, and it really does show what it is about My Hero Academia that captured so many people, and it's the little interpersonal moments between people. Like, Horikoshi has the ability to write the realest fucking stories out there. That's why when Endeavor was, like, confronting his, like, past behavior with his family, all of that and it's still going, but it has so much potential to be such a beautiful and one of the most moving stories that's ever happened in Jump.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yes.
Yes. That being said,
he sets the standards.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not arbitrarily like creating this weird standard. He has shown us how excellent his storytelling can be when he's contained, Like, what the fuck is his editor telling him?
The way I see it is that, if I'm going to separate what Horikoshi's good at and what he's not, is just basically, I guess, the chores of storytelling, which I think, like, a lot of writers struggle with. It's a hard thing to do, basically the homework, where that, before you get into the meat of what you really want to do, which is like moments like what he had with Uraraka and Deku, and also with Todoroki and the boys in the room. He has these little moments, and he could still do them because he's earned the right to do that. Like, he has this moment with Bakugo not being who he really is because he spent so much time developing Bakugo over hundreds and hundreds of chapters. Mm-hmm. So, all of this is earned. He still has it in him, and we're still on board enough to acknowledge when it's real.
For sure.
So, it is good to see it. It's good to see that he can still do this. I really love this chapter. This is probably my second place. There was just so much. You guys touched on so many things. I'm trying not to repeat, but there are so many beautiful moments in this chapter. And
put a nice little bow on our thoughts, I'd like to say.
Yeah, I mean,
I really want to hear what you guys, the listeners, have to say. I know I could be a little harsh and I could kind of run my mouth, but I want to hear what you guys feel about our criticism, specifically mine, but our criticism of the series, because this is literally the only series week to week where we had this kind of back and forth about whether something is good or bad, where everything else is kind of just like, we either really like it, or if we don't like it, it's like, it was all right. Let's move on. This series is worth talking about, and I'd love to hear what you guys think.
Yes, please. I think that's it for me. I just remembered that we forgot something really crucial.
Oh, that's
No,
we didn't forget nothing. Oh, yeah, it was in One Piece. Oops. Shit. Should we bring it up now?
Yeah,
Let's wrap up My Hero Academia.
I'll try to edit it in. Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm done with my thoughts about My Hero Academia. Brian,
I think it's funny that we literally have three. We have three. It's like we have the critic, we have the fan, and then we have the guy who's like, oh yeah, it's all right. We have all three types of people in this podcast, and they all come out for My Hero Academia.
Oh yeah.
And nothing else.
Nothing and nothing else. Not even One Piece, bro. We
Yeah, we're all pretty much in agreement on pretty much everything we talk about. But I guess that's it. Right? We're good?
yeah.
Okay, so I want to double back. I'm really sorry to the person we're referring to, Mike B.
What up, Mike?
Hey, buddy. I'm sorry. I don't know if you listened this far into the audio version of the podcast, but I hope you do. Thank you, guys. I'm so sorry that we forgot this, but we do have a question from our first fan. This is Mike B asking a One Piece related question. First of all, he asked us to bring back the our X book coverage, and don't worry, buddy. We are getting back on.
We're gonna do it. Real talk, Chris and I talk at least like 2 or 3 times a week about the X books.
Yeah.
About like, because even if I'm not reading all the X books or any of them, I'm still watching stuff on YouTube and things are interesting. So
Yeah.
we're gonna get into it.
Yeah, we just got to find a new way because like we tend to like overstuff our episodes and we're just exhausted by the end. So we're just trying to like figure out a way to give the X-Men their time of day where we're not like just so tired from talking about 7 other different series.
But thanks for reaching out about that. And for anybody else, hey guys, if there's something, even if we're not covering it, there's something you guys really want to hear us talk about, let us know, man. The worst we could be like is, nah.
Yeah,
You
agreed.
know what I'm saying?
But he does have a One Piece theory that he wanted to ask us about. And Brian, maybe you could give credence to this. He says, have y'all heard about the One Piece theory by a YouTube named Mr. Morge? I think that's how he spells it.
Yeah, it's Morge.
Arguing that the raid on Onigashima will fail. If so, what do y'all think about it? Probably should have asked this sooner, but it is what it is.
That's all good.
Yeah, whatever, man.
You want to start, Brian?
Can I start?
Yeah, go for
Yeah,
it.
sure.
So a little bit more backstory on this theory itself. This has been around for quite some time, actually, this theory. And it's one of the most, I wouldn't say polarizing, but, well, actually, it might be polarizing is the word.
Yeah,
Because it did, like, when he made this video, it struck a chord in the fan base. It all of a sudden split the One Piece community into 2, essentially. And everybody was like, no, you're a fucking idiot for thinking we're gonna lose this shit. Look at Luffy, he's popping the fuck off.
Yeah, well.
And they got other people. They got other people
Yo,
who
the
were
way
saying,
he said
you know
that.
You're like, you know what? This is a little too easy. I feel like shit's about to hit the fan in this shit. Like, and the theory was really well done. Shout outs to Mr. Morge. I think it would be sick, and that's why this is something that he mentioned. This is why I keep bringing up the fact that the ancient Zoans are going to get back up. Like, because this guy brought the idea into my mind. I'm like, wait, that makes so much fucking sense. Like, that would be the best. That would be the best way to make a twist like this happen. Like, just to have all of them get the fuck back up, like nothing happened, essentially, just to remove hope. Because that's what Kaido's about, right? It's about fucking shutting them down and taking away their hope. So if that were to happen, I would fucking lose my mind. I doubt it's gonna happen, but I would love for that shit to happen. That would be so sick.
Okay. So my question to that, right, before I get into more thoughts about the theory myself, is what's more important is what is the impact of that being the case? Because we already know if they win the situation, well, it's business as usual. They beat the big bad, they conquered the island, made everyone happy. It's probably a lot of, it's going to affect the world in, multiple different ways, and they move on to the next island. They grew and time for a new adventure, right? I'd have no problem with that. I'd be totally fine. However, what does it mean if they lose? Are they able to escape with their tails between their legs? And let's be clear, I don't mean that in a negative way. I guess that is negatives, but hey, listen, you survive. You can fight another day, as they say, right? So what would that mean for the story? What would that mean for the impact of the rest of the world, right? And when I think about that, I'll be honest, man, I don't see how that pushes the envelope in any way. Because if they lose and the Straw Hats are all able to escape and get out scot-free, well, what's the real penalty here? That Luffy got a chip on his shoulder because he took an L? That's not really too interesting. All right, maybe they feel bad about all the people in Wano, and maybe Wano gets destroyed. Maybe that's what happens. Maybe they destroy the flower capital. Shit really hits the fan, like you guys are saying. And it's just, what is that? It's another chip on their shoulder, I guess, you know? And I'll be honest, I think that when they learn about what happened in the past, I mean, Robin has enough of a chip on her shoulder that should kind of flood out to the rest of the group, where they all have something to fight for, where it's like, nah, that was mad fucked up what they did to your peoples, and we got to get the government back for that alone, you know? So it's just like, what would it really add a stake that'll change anything, that'll make the story more interesting than it already would be had they just beat the person and moved on to the next new fun thing? That's where my thought is with that. Otherwise, I guess, honestly, I don't really have too many more thoughts about the theory other than that would be different. It would be different.
Yeah.
And it would make sense because, man, Zoro and Sanji dealt with their peoples very easily, in my opinion. I do agree with that. And I did say that. I felt kind of empty after, especially the Sanji fight. I thought that he was not challenged at all. And it was weird. It was a very weird development fight. Whereas with Zoro, it was kind of just like, yeah, you better have one, bro. I guess I'll take it.
Yeah. I mean, my perspective is coming from like Oda's overall attitude towards this series. Like, I don't think it'll happen, and I'm totally open to being wrong about it, but I don't think it's gonna happen just because I don't think Oda, although One Piece might not end very soon, I don't think he wants to extend it any more than he has to. And having both Kaido and Big Mom on the board still will kind of just extend that, because I think,
in theory, I mean, that's one way to look at it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think like Kaido will go down here because I think he has to. I think
he literally has to,
Yeah.
or he's gonna keep subjugating the want. They have to take Kaido out. Big Mom could care less about the samurai. You know what I'm saying? She's just gonna go back home and be like, I bet I got fucked up.
Yeah, something tells me that Big Mom survives and makes it to Elbaf somehow, some way.
Yeah.
But I think Kaido has to go down
He
here.
needs to die.
Because if Kaido does not go down here, then there's a big like Sub-Zero game that Wano was, where there are still 4 emperors on the board,
Right.
and nothing really has changed.
Other than it just being another chip on their shoulder, which is it worth it
No,
to make them fail and still have Kaido out there just for them to fight him again?
Yeah, and there's already
know?
too much at stake with emotionally with the country of Wano as it is for them to just like leave that kind of open. That being said, I don't know. Maybe it's a possibility. I just don't think so.
It's a cool theory, and I understand why he even thought about that in the first place. For me, the biggest, again, what you were saying too, the biggest evidence to that is how easy King and Queen went down, relatively speaking. I don't care about the rest of his commanders. I think that all the other fights were straightforward, or it's like, who cares? Like, let Robin look cool and take out this spider bitch. You know what I'm saying?
And I'll say this.
Let Brooke look dope.
I do also think that the ancient zone types will get back up. I think both of those things can be true. That Kaido's going down here, and his lead performers will just get up and continue their battles. I think.
You think the Mammoth guys is coming back?
Man, Jack-
he's done, right?
Jack should be
They
done.
beat
at this
his ass. They ain't even give him the respect of a full fight.
Jack is 0 and like 7 in all battles that he's ever been in.
You're
it feels
right, man.
Like at this point, just Jack can stay down.
They ambushed Zoe when they pulled up, right?
Yeah.
That wasn't fair. What happened, right? Like he didn't beat them with straight up
Jack
combat.
got beat by Zoe. Jack got beat by one of the samurai, the Red Scabbards. He got beat by him. He just got beat again by Dog Storm. I don't know. I feel like every time Jack shows up, he takes a massive L. But that's neither here nor there. He could get up to who knows. He's $1 billion man, so you know he could just have like the ultra durability. But that being said, I think personally, I don't think that like Onigashima fails here, but I do think that like the lead performers will get up and there'll be an extended battle. Because I think Luffy and Kaido will have a real full battle going. Because this is a lot like what happened with Crocodile when in Alabasta, where they would cut back to Luffy sometimes fighting Crocodile. And it's happened across many other arcs before, like they just focused a couple of chapters exclusively on the battle between Luffy and Kaido. So, I think like Kaido going down here would be massive for Luffy's character. Big Mom might survive, make it to Elbaf. She'll probably be the main villain there, especially since like I think she has unfinished business in Elbaf. So that'll be a thing.
They gave way too much emphasis to that for there to not be more to the story, even if it's just a little bit more. I think there's redemption in it for Big Mom. She doesn't have to be a good guy, but maybe someone that just says, you know what? I'm going to go back to my land and just hold it down. Luffy, hey, do you, bro?
I mean, I could see if
you become king of the pirates, I'll toast to you, broski.
I think if there's going to be a battle with Big Mom on Elbaf, she loses, and then Katakuri takes her place in the big battle in Laugh Tale.
Oh.
So that's my thought. But I could
keep
be wrong.
forgetting about Katakuri.
Yeah. You sleep on him, man.
I did, because I don't like him. He's kind of corny to me. But sorry, guys.
Anyway.
Whatever.
But those are my thoughts. I hope that answered your question. I could be wrong. I'm fully open to being wrong. Don't flame me in the comments like you came for Morge, I guess. But yeah, that's just what I think. I just think on a logistical level, I don't think Oda wants to extend this series any more than he has to. Because I think he still has a lot to get done.
Thank you, Mike, for bringing the theory to our attention.
And please, if you guys have any more questions that we about any theory, about any series we cover, please let us know. We loved answering this question. This was so much fun.
Via email, you could if you watch the YouTubes, you could comment in there. I check that shit almost every day. I love hearing from y'all, man. Mike, your words meant a lot, man. It brightened my day. We're gonna continue to keep doing what we do and having fun, and hopefully you guys enjoy it too.
Definitely. Email us at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com. I should probably mention the email if you're gonna email us. But yeah, please let us know. This was very fun. Let's move on. Let's get back into the show. I'll probably make a highlight breakout for this one. But let's back into the show. Jujutsu Kaisen. This is Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 174, Sendai Colony Part 1.
Alternate title. He's here.
Oh my god. Yeah,
or should I say, it's here.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew it. I knew this was going to be a tough one for Josh. But let's
He was just standing under the bridge. Oh, man.
Stay strong, my friend. Stay strong, my friend. All right, so last we left off, Okotsu just bodied Droves. She destroyed him.
Minimal effort.
Yeah.
I don't really have to fight. Who's in my way? I'm gonna fucking kill everybody.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's Okotsu straight up.
Yeah, killed him. And so the two other sorcerers that we were introduced to earlier on are onlooking this. They're watching the Shikigami of Droves disappearing, meaning that he's dead. The Pompadour guy calls over Kogane, who's simping for him somehow. Is that his curse technique? Can he make people simp for him?
Oh, wow. Interesting. I didn't realize that. This one doesn't have a heart and this one does.
Yeah, and it's very excited to see him. It's like, yes! And it has a little heart thing. This one's normal. Her Sky Girl's normal.
Good catch, man.
Yeah.
They said he has the strongest curse energy output.
I think he just has the most cursed energy out of everyone.
Well, here's the thing. We got to talk about this real quick before I forget about it.
Yeah, go for it.
He mentioned something. He mentioned something about Okotsu, and he says, well, I guess you go wait till the. Oh, you want to skip to it? Okay. He makes a mention. It's way before.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So he makes a distinction here between output and overall cursed energy, which is why I said that, right? Mm-hmm. He made a distinction, so that there's got to be one. And I would say that your overall cursed energy as opposed to output, I forget what the word for it, that is what your potential is. Mm-hmm. Your threshold. The output is just how much of it can you command? How much of it can you put out? Because you could have all the potential in the world, but if you don't know any fucking spells and you don't do any training, you know what I'm saying? You're going to be soft. With Okotsu, it's interesting. We know he's not soft. We know he's very skilled. Maybe not the most skilled or anything like that, but he's very skilled, and he has a strong cursed energy output. I'm interested in how it works out, because we still haven't really seen him have a full committed fight.
Exactly.
Just things to think about, guys. I love this series.
Yeah, going forward. Oh my god. Okay, so they're just kind of like talking about how like, wow, now that Drew's gone, Kuroushi will make his move.
Oh my god, we couldn't even get 3 pages in the next chapter without this motherfucker already pulling up to the scene, or at least them talking about him pulling up.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no.
Yeah. So it turns out Okotsu was actually protecting a group of civilians in Sendai County that couldn't escape the barrier. So they're all part of the culling game. And subject to just being hunted for points. Right. So Okotsu's being cool, protecting people, cool hero moment. And you know, he's like, all right, let's have some time to rest. But unfortunately, the time does not last long because there's a little bit of a pitter patter. Some noises coming.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and then all you see on the opposite side of this tunnel, of this bridge, is this poor boy just running for his fucking life.
And a corpse of someone behind him.
Yeah. And
because they're gone.
Yeah, they're done.
Yo, I love, man, this is why, man, the series, this Jujutsu Kaisen, he's like, that one, I can save him.
That is Jujutsu Kaisen in a nutshell.
Do you know what? Yeah, it's like these things don't have to be said. He chooses to put things in a certain way. You know what that means? He's trying to show us something about Okotsu. And that's good technique, bro. That's good. I don't know the term for it.
Yeah, that's good.
Just good art technique, character
building.
It showed that he's not stupid, but he has empathy and has a heroic heart. But he's not about to go throw himself into death, just like Goku or something like that, or Naruto. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I guess even Itadori. I think Itadori thinks before he moves, but he probably would have ran into them bugs thinking he could punch all of them away to save that person, you know?
Definitely.
Even though they were dead. Anyway.
Yeah. Okotsu goes and tries to save this guy. Too late, though, because he just gets eaten alive from the bottom up. And then he gets exploded from the inside out.
They're
literally
eating his insides and launch out of him. That's not blood. Those are the bugs coming out of the rest of him. Like, what's more?
What a way to go, man. Oh, rough, dude.
Look at the skeleton.
Yeah. He made him brook, dude. He went, yo.
Son, talk about it's like a locust swarm, but they're not locusts.
Yeah, it's not great.
Holy shit.
Yes, those are fucking cockroaches, guys.
Yeah, it's real gross.
Man-eating cockroach. Do cockroaches eat people, generally speaking?
I don't know.
Brian, could you please look it up?
Yeah.
I don't.
You could get back to us when you figure that out. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so the bugs just immediately attack Okotsu, and Kotsu's like, "Whoa! Every one of these cockroaches has cursed energy."
He breaks it down real quick.
Oh my god!
Are these cockroaches real? Right? That would have been what I said.
All of these cockroaches are sorcerers. Not really.
Your worst nightmare.
Yeah. Oh my god. Imagine a cockroach sorcerer.
And the nigga screams for Rika, please crush these bugs.
And Rika's like, okay. Crashes the bridge down on these bugs, but it's not enough. But Okotsu does like
it's enough to save the people, I guess.
Yeah, but some still get away. Okotsu unleashes a crazy fire blast / kills all of the bugs in the vicinity.
It pulls that shit out of nowhere. I didn't know you can do no flame slash.
Flame slash.
I was like, oh, right, Okotsu. Usually I roll my eyes at the big fire move, but
I mean, who knows? It's probably not fire. Maybe it could be just cursed energy. Water trap.
Represent.
Yeah. So yeah, Okotsu's like, killed all the bugs. Sick.
Nice.
If
you wasn't my favorite character before, you definitely are now, Okotsu. Yeah. Especially since what's her name is up in the air.
Yeah. Sky Girl agrees with you. She's like, whoa. No wonder he's really strong. No wonder he killed Druv. And Kuroushi is gross.
His overall curse. He said, okay, his output isn't all that. What's surprising is his overall cursed energy, and she says something about it being bottomless.
Yeah, I think Okotsu just has the most, like the reserve,
Potential.
the most reserve of cursed energy out of everyone.
Like if it's a well,
Yeah.
he has the deepest and the most expansive well.
Mhm.
But is it about him or is it about Rika? Is it a symbiotic relationship where his cursed energy is linked to her because of how strong of a cursed spirit she is?
Yeah, I mean, we'll get into that because I kind of have some thoughts on that in particular. But yeah, men of the
Wait, no, look at him over here in the corner. I love how they did that.
yeah, men of the hour. Kuroushi shows up, or Roach of the hour, I guess. He's there. He's just standing in the water.
You already know.
He's standing there in the water, just like observing. It turns out, okay, so when we first met this guy, Kuroushi, the narrator was talking about how he went into a dormant state until a certain condition was fulfilled. Turns out the condition was Druv, because
That's it.
he figured that like Druv would be a bad matchup for him, so he just chilled until he died. And then Okotsu took him out, and he was like, "All right, cool, I'm out."
He said, "Oh, bet. Okay.
Cool. Now I could be a roach in public
I
now."
don't gotta worry about nobody controlling my roaches. I can do it all by myself." Because that was the other guy's ability. He was like kind of like big on Shikagamis, right?
Yeah.
And I guess these roaches are kind of like a sort of form of Shikigami. I don't know, bro. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Anyway, Kuroushi is a literal cockroach. He's not like a man. He's not like a man who's a cockroach.
He's a cursed spirit cockroach.
I mean, yeah.
But I mean, we can just say he's a literal cockroach.
No,
That's
he's
fine.
a real cockroach.
You know, he is. He's a real cockroach with amplified by cursed energy.
Yeah. So,
But he is a cursed spirit, therefore.
yes.
Is that how it works?
I think he's literally a
He's a cursed spirit. No, they made a point to say he is a cursed spirit, but like he probably started off as regular roach.
Yeah, and then he became a cursed spirit
via hate and disdain.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All the things that cockroaches invite into people. Close up, Josh.
It's the whiskers too. It wasn't.
They're so long.
It
and
wasn't.
gross.
Yes, and it's not even here. Look over here. That's what they
You
do,
can't see
bro.
it right
He
now.
was just in the cut watching it all happen. Why is
Man.
he in the water? You know why? Because all they need is water and sugar to survive forever. You know that roaches could go for a very long time.
Yeah.
Fuck them, bro. Fuck them.
Hey, you'll get no arguments from me.
Damn, they could all eat a dick, bro. For real, for real.
By the way, cockroaches do also eat human flesh. It's
Oh.
not like it's their main thing, right? Like they've
Sure,
just been
but-
recorded to do it.
but they
if
can.
they see like a body just laying there, they're not gonna pass up.
Yeah, they're
Right,
like-
right. That was a good way of putting it. Brian.
Yeah, they're like, it's not my thing, but I'll eat it.
Sure, why not? I mean, they're scavengers. They'll eat fucking anything, bro.
Yeah. Oh
You know?
my god. I wish. We don't show panels on this show usually because of we're afraid of copyright, but I wish we could share.
Fuck you, Soatia.
Yeah, I wish we could share, but anyway. So enough freaking out about the bug. He's chilled. He's like, oh yeah, now it's time for me to eat Okotsu.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So yeah, Okotsu's thinking to himself about how to kind of like deal with this situation. He's like, this player's a cursed spirit, huh? He is a cursed spirit.
He's like, interesting.
Yuck. He says, guys like him use broad attacks to attack people indiscriminately. I can't let this guy live.
Yes, this was.
Yeah.
My Hero Academia was the RGC, but when I tell you, increment, like microscopic increments of a difference. I felt like giving the RGC to My Hero Academia was like, I had to do it to make a point.
Yeah.
But goddamn, this was right here.
I do think, like, when I first read this chapter, I was like, there's no way he's giving him the really good chapter because of this roach.
I wasn't gonna be that petty and spiteful. I'm not gonna lie. As much as I'm being extra about it, I really thought that him pulling up was really cool.
Yeah,
and like actually raised the stakes. I'm gonna save some more thoughts for the end.
Yeah. So basically, Okotsu's just thinking to himself, all right, so we got one rule down. We need to establish a couple other rules. We need a means of communication and a way of traveling in and out of colonies.
Yep.
So we
That
need
would be
4
nice.
rules. We got 1 out of 4 for the most part. So yeah, everyone's in Shibuya's exhausted. So, it's all up to me. Sensei, he thinks about Gojo. He's like, I won't let you kill your best friend a second time.
Wow.
And this is fucking cool. He goes into his stance. He says, I will kill Konjaku. And by myself, I will attain 400 points. Big words, Okotsu. Oh, wrong one. Big words.
Yeah, man. He's shouldering a lot of responsibility right now.
Oh, my God.
And I'm going to be honest with you, it's making me very nervous.
Oh, yeah. But no time to think about it now because Kurarushi, I think his name is
Kuroshi.
pulls out a gross knife, festering life sword. He also grows a human hand.
No, he has those. That's
Did
part
he?
of his. He just rips out of his.
I guess I didn't
remember
see
it showed his hand.
You're right.
His hands was like this and the
Yeah, you're right.
He's got them.
Ew.
Yeah, it's gross.
Ew.
The way it even comes out, he's like a roach body. Like the way they're
Yo, it's got a pill body and
you
his
don't got no
arms
shoulders. He just
oh, fuck this guy, man.
even that sword. I imagine he touches you with not swing it at you, just
I just think it's gross. I'll be like, ew, don't touch me with that sword.
infinite cooties, like infinite grossness and disgusting. There's no amount of showers you can take, no soap you can use to get that nastiness off of you.
Yeah.
If he strikes you with it, you're striked for life with nasty.
Yeah, ew. Apparently, the festering life sword is an enchanted blade that mixes life and death. Whatever the fuck that means.
What? Yeah,
Akutami.
what? Like, bro, I can't wait to see what the fuck that means.
Yeah. All right, Akutami. But anyway, that was the chapter. Let's throw it over to our thoughts. What did you think about this chapter, Josh?
This is for sure the runner-up, like I mentioned. Unfortunately, there's no titles for that, so it is what it is. I think we're about to get even more of a breakdown of Okotsu than we did with the 3-chapter miniseries. And I thought that was his backstory. You know who he is and what drove him to become a sorcerer, right? But I would like to know a lot more about the in-between, because he went from being, to not being strong at all, then to learning that he could use his curse energy via Rika that made him really strong, but that he eventually honed his techniques. I want to see. I want to see if we get a little bit of flashbacks with him around his time learning how to deal with Rika and make himself stronger. But that aside, I'm scared for Okotsu, bro. And more specifically, I'm scared for Rika. I mean, if he loses Rika, he loses his power source, I don't have any attack. I like Rika because, it's a really dope concept. There was someone that loved him so much, and something that's supposed to be this evil, negative thing is just a force for positive and good and love, and I don't want to see that go ever. And I just know it. I know that was the plan from day one. You motherfucker. Gigi, you're going to kill Okatsu or Rika. You're going to make it heartbreaking, and I'm going to cry and throw my fucking phone at the wall and never read the series again. You can't do this to me twice. You did it with Nubara, and if you fucking kill Rika or Okatsu, I'm going to come find you in Japan, my nigga. I'm going to find you, bro, and we're going to have a conversation. One that you're not going to be comfortable with, and one you're probably not going to understand because it's going to be in English.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Nah, man. Come on. Look, you want to talk about a bad matchup? Rika is a cursed spirit. Right? Forget about the technical part of it. Bro, he's got all those roaches. He's going to send them on Rika, and they're going to eat her. She can't swat them all away. I'm scared, bro. I'm fucking scared.
I agree.
I don't mind. My hope is that this is a long, drawn out, really tough, challenging battle not because this guy's so strong, but because he's such a weird matchup. Mm-hmm. And I hope Okatsu and Rika come out stronger and not dead. And he gets all these points that he needs,
Yeah. But,
that's it. I guess those are my thoughts.
Brian, what did you think?
I really like this chapter. I like again this arc just keeps expanding this world, and I fucking love it. Like, what's next? We're gonna have a cursed fucking hippo? Like, come on, bro! Like, this shit is fucking fire.
Right.
Yeah. Was that it?
Yeah, that's all. I don't have much.
It was
to
a
say
pretty
about this
straightforward
chapter.
chapter.
Yeah, for sure. I just wanted to be sure. This was a great chapter. I think this is the first time in a few weeks that Jujutsu Kaisen hasn't won the RGC. I might win next week though, depending on how it goes.
Yeah. If you kill the Roach, I'll give you 3 RGCs, nigga.
You have 2 options: kill the Roach to get a really good chapter of the week, kill Okotsu and have Josh hate you forever.
Forever. Your decision, Gigi.
Yeah.
Your decision.
And we're very powerful in the manga community, so you don't want to piss us off.
If I say so myself.
Cap. That being said, I think I don't think Okotsu's gonna die here. I think this is his big show-off battle. Hopefully,
I hope. Yeah. I hope so.
it's probably gonna be a pretty smackdown fight, just because it's Jujutsu Kaisen and that's how it rolls. There's no real one-sided battles very often in Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh, that's what you meant by SmackDown. Like,
Yeah,
you mean
it's
this is
gonna
going to
be
be
like
a
a fight.
highly contentious.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fight for sure. I think is the only way to really display his powers if he's really going for it. But yeah, I think there's something. I think when it comes to Rika, I think Okotsu also has probably an innate technique to himself, separate from Rika. Rika is not his cursed technique.
You're right.
So I think
She just helps him.
Yeah,
She's just there.
I think whatever he has going, whatever he went abroad to learn, is his curse technique, and that's going to be displayed here. I think Rika's a big part of it, obviously, but I think he has a separate innate technique for himself that will be revealed here, which would be sick.
I do believe he could tap into her cursed energy, though. I think that was kind of part of their function, is that they can share their energy.
Yeah.
Which is fucking dope.
Yeah. I mean, I can't wait. And it's not here next week. We don't have Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, I just remembered that, but it is
Kurorushi! You motherfucker!
You live another week.
Yeah. You dodged the fucking Tim again, huh? It's all right.
Yeah, so we won't have it till 2 weeks from now, which is a genuine loss because
Genuine heartbreak.
Jujutsu Kaisen is obviously one of our favorite series to talk about, much less read. We always have a great time talking about it, and this was no exception. I also don't have all that much to say. I'm very excited for the next chapter. I like that the timely drop for Okotsu's battle is around the time where the movie's getting released. That's adapting the Volume 0, his story.
Sure. Are we getting that movie here in America?
Yes, it is coming out in theaters.
We need to go see that. We need to go see that.
Oh yeah, we will.
And if y'all in New York listening to us and y'all want to see that shit with us, we're gonna post. We're gonna let y'all know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Right? Stay tuned to that. Follow us on Instagram, guys.
Definitely.
That's the most active place. I guess Twitter too.
Twitter.
Twitter for the Twitter, Instagram.
Twitter for the poll.
Both.
Instagram for, updates on what we're doing.
Right.
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 But yeah, I don't know. I guess
last point I want to make, just real quick. I liked how Okotsu is. We understand his motivations. We know he obviously just wants to generally help, because he's a sorcerer and that's kind of his job too. You know what I'm saying? He's a decent person, but he really has a huge stake in it as far as him wanting to return the favor to Gojo, because he really did help him out the same way he helped out Itadori and probably a lot of other characters. The fact that he feels like he has to earn those points, that's going to affect something.
Yeah.
Think about World Trigger, how it wasn't so much that they needed to survive. If they wanted to make the away mission, they had to get a certain amount of points. You know what I'm saying? That's going to affect the way Okotsu thinks and how he acts. And I'm interested to see that play a part.
Yeah, agreed. I think there's definitely a burden being built that he's putting upon himself.
Yeah.
But with that being said, let us know what you guys think. As per usual, I feel like I forget to say that at the end of every video. Please comment what you think about this chapter. With that being said, let us proceed onward. Black Clover. This is Black Clover, chapter 322, The Vice Captain of the Black Bulls, which I feel like was the title of a chapter already. But anyway.
Maybe it was just the vice captain, or maybe it was just
Vice
captain of the Black Bulls without the V.
Yeah, I know. I'm overthinking it. Anyway,
I think you're right, actually, but whatever.
It doesn't matter. Anyway, so last we left off, Asta showed how fucking tough he was. And because the amount of push-ups that he did over the course of his life, he was able to get up after getting beat down by the devil.
Himself.
Yeah, by Lucifero, like literally Lucifer.
Yeah, Lucifero A-Town stomped.
Yeah.
Asta. And, he's actually kind of okay.
Yeah, I mean, he's still kind of like,
Well,
whoa.
I mean, for someone that got stomped out by the literal devil, right?
Man, he's concussed for sure.
He's all types of fucked up.
Yeah, he pulls up to Noct, who's just standing there in his ultimate defense form.
Or Castle Rook form.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool design. I missed Noct's designs. It's sad that we never really got to see them go ham, because I feel like the one battle he has was like very quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good to see them whenever they pull up. Asta pulls up like, I can fit. And Noct is like, clearly not, but you're the only thing we got.
Yeah, right. He's like, no, but you kind of have to, so yeah.
Yeah, so let's go. We cut back to the battle between Lucifero, Mereoleona, and they're giving it all they got, but of course none of their magic really works on Lucifero. He's just thinking to himself, why must I deal with these insects?
He's still tight about that. I mean, I thought it was hilarious how they was like, our attacks don't get through, but we can still fight. And I'm just like, no, y'all can't. Y'all just annoying him.
Yeah.
And he keeps missing y'all.
Yeah.
That's what y'all are really doing. Y'all are distracting and running away.
Yeah, you're dodging really well.
Yeah.
And so Lucifero's tired of dealing with this shit. So he turns over to Adramelech. It's not a normal name. He yells over to Adramelech and is like, you fight these two. And Adramelech's like, nah, I'll pass.
Imagine he's the actual devil.
That's what I was thinking, is like, what if Lucifero's just like not even the real deal and it's this Adramelech character?
Right, and he's just been like, okay, I guess it's time,
It's time for me to get serious.
I swear to God, if that actually happens, I think that would be the last chapter for me. I'd be like, okay, yeah, so Black Clover, the series, was fun.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
But it was great how it ended, too.
I love how it ended. I like
they defeated Lucifero and
right.
happily ever after.
I guess he became the Wizard King. Both of them. They both.
And Adramelech just said, I'm out. You defeated Lucifero, my king. There was no way I can win.
Yeah.
So, anyway. Mereoleona falls because she just can't take this shit
She
anymore.
finally starts to have consequences to her ability.
Yeah.
Which,
yeah, I guess turning yourself into full pure fire is tearing her apart from the inside.
I mean, it's more so the case that, like, man, what's the point of creating these limitations? And like, they do this a lot. It's not just him. In other series, they have these characters that are super strong, but then it's like, oh, I have this drawback to it. That's what makes it so cool. It's like, oh, I'm super duper strong, but I'm killing myself in the like Guy, like 8 Gates Guy. You know what I'm saying? It's like, the trope.
Well, there has to be a balancing factor. Otherwise, why wouldn't you use it all the time?
Fair. But, like, she was using it for so long, and now finally I'm just like, oh yeah, there was a drawback to it, right?
Yeah.
I'm actually giving him his props.
Yeah.
For doing that.
Yeah, she goes down. He punches Yuno into next week. And he punches him literally into next week's chapter, probably.
Yeah, we will not see him. We do not see him again the rest of the chapter.
He said, I'll see you in the next week.
Yeah, he's like, good, well said. I got nothing else to say.
You know what I love? Would be really funny if he's just like pushed, if the volume comes out and you just see him pushed to the next few pages.
Just getting set.
Oh my God, I want to do that someday.
What a nice touch.
I kind of want to do that someday in a manga. Just like deep into the next chapter. Like literally show it in the manga.
You gotta do you gotta do that like with your own version of Kumadori getting tossed, but just that would be tossed in the next volume.
Yeah. Oh my god, one of these days, guys. Just keep it going. I guess Noct uses a new Devil Union thing, mode Canis Ekis.
Which is cool. I mean, kind of like a Cerberus situation, I guess. That's the inspiration, maybe.
Yeah, he
behind
grabs
it.
Lucifero by both of his arms, and Lucifero's like,
I guess he's kind of struggling.
I guess what the fuck's happening now, these fucking dogs.
I think it's not that he's struggling. I think he got surprised real quick, like, oh, my arms. And then, like,
Ow.
this all happens in, like, probably fractions of a second. So, yeah.
Asta pulls up to try and behead him.
Nice little combo attack. I mean,
Hey, you gotta try it. And Noct is literally doing this in exchange for his life. But Lucifero just immediately is just like, pointless.
and he
Explodes
just
the
says,
dog.
In exchange for my life, I'll stop. No, you're not.
No, stop it. He turns over to Asta. He's like, filthy brat. And he's about to attack Asta right in the fucking face. But that's when Noct comes in, pulls Kirishima in that in the overhaul arc where he's just like standing taking all the hits.
Yeah. And it's...
And Noct is like, oh, this is it. This
Yeah,
is my limit. I'm on my way to you now, Morgan. Do apologize. But then, all of a sudden, big darkness ball appears. And guess who's back? It's fucking Yami.
It's actually pretty hype, man.
Yeah.
Look at his new wood sword.
Yeah, I think he
Tree
probably
of Life sword.
Yeah, he probably got that from Charlotte or somebody because Asta has his.
Yes. He sure does. Imagine he's like, yo, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I need that.
Yeah.
Because
Like,
this twig ain't gonna cut it. I mean, no pun
Stopped
intended.
it.
He did stop a whole Lucifer himself punch.
Yeah.
So
The Lucifer himself punch.
I feel like Devil is just not enough. We had to explain and make very clear that this is the Christian Judeo God. I mean, Christian Judeo Devil.
Yes. This is Beelzebub for sure.
Oh, that was his name as an angel.
he has many names. The Beast.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Anyway, yeah, punch the sword, block the sword. He's like, aha, don't you go dare dying on me now, Vice Captain. And Noct can't believe it. He's like, whoa, Yami's here. And I'm like, yeah, Yami's here. You saved him.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. What does this do again? I know it's like a buff, right? It's
I
like
think
a
that's his
power-up.
thing.
It's
That's
like it's a zone power up.
Yeah, that's his mana zone thing.
Yeah. And is it also gravity related? I think so.
I don't remember enough, to be honest.
We're gonna brush.
But that's
up on
where the
that.
chapter is. Ends. Josh, what did you think about this chapter?
The same as the other ones. It's just kind of taking them chapter by chapter. We're on for the ride. No, I think last week there was a very significant moment with the Lamo character. I forget his name. His name doesn't... Frill or something like that?
Rill.
Rill. Yeah. And I thought that was actually really profound, and it made me reflect and think a lot. Maybe it had more to do with what was going on with my life at the moment, to be honest. But nothing really here. It was just cool. I'm glad Yami's back. I wonder how this is going to work out.
Yeah, I'll say this about this chapter. I don't have much to say about it either. I thought this was a good chapter again, like lots of action, very cool. My one theory going forward is that I think they've always built up that Yami has a very different form of mana. He has like ki energy, kind of. So I think that's going to play a factor into fighting Lucifero, where he may not have anti-magic, but this separate ki power that he has will be kind of like the Ryuo Haki of this series.
His magic is linked to like dimensional stuff.
Something like that.
It's like space. Yeah, not time, just space.
Mm-hmm.
I always say space time, but time
It's
and
the same
space
thing.
is different.
Yeah, so I think like whatever we haven't ever gotten like a true Yami flashback type thing, and I think with this battle we're probably gonna get it. I think
This is the time.
yeah, if there's any time, it's right now. But in any case, I think that's it for Black Clover. No need to linger any further. Let's move on.
Unless Brian, you ain't had thoughts, right?
Yeah, I don't think he reads it.
Okay.
No.
Oh, yeah, you don't read it, so.
Yeah. But leave your thoughts in the comments below. Let us know what you think. With that being said, let us move forward. Undead Unluck. This is Undead Unluck chapter 97, Rotten Bastard.
That was the name of the chapter, huh?
Yeah.
I didn't know. I didn't peep that.
Yeah. Last time Fuko went ghost, so she got using the UMA known as Ghost. Her mortal coil has been extended into an ethereal plane. She is now a ghost, and she has been taken by the UMA Ghost, and as well as Ruin, the new villain that we are aware of now. And before they disappeared, Andy was able to touch Fuko for a minute, indicating that although she's technically dead, the fact that her soul is still part of this plane means that her powers still work and that she's still technically alive and can be saved. So, everybody gets together to be like, yeah, Fuko's alive. Hell yeah. And at that point, the Earth starts to just go shwoom. And everybody's like, what's going on? And they explain that the Earth is slowly but very surely making its way towards the sun.
Holy
shit.
Yeah, guys, I want to make something incredibly clear.
Oh shit!
Yeah. If the Earth in real life was to be thrown off its axis even slightly closer or further from the sun, the planet would melt or freeze over. It's that delicate,
Yep.
I mean, think about it. Think how much things change just from the sun beaming its light on one side of the planet while the other isn't. You know what I'm saying? Such a stark difference.
Yeah.
In what happens. So this is actually really light compared to how shit would really go down. But let's continue.
Yeah. So everybody's like, yo, wait, what the fuck? This wasn't supposed to happen. The penalty for failing revolution has been added to the world. And they're like, what the fuck's going on here? Skipping, I guess, to talk about the rotation and stuff. Basically, Apocalypse is just like, in less than 3 months, the Earth will be swallowed by the sun. And they're like, what the fuck? Why? And it's because you went after the seasons and you killed 3 of them, taking out the balance of this world.
Yeah, man, he said that, and I was like, yeah, they sure did.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, Chikara's like, oh, so none of this mattered. This would have happened no matter what we did.
I guess.
Yes, because if they had failed to do any of the missions involving the seasons, the revolution would have been added, and this would have happened anyway.
Wow.
Yeah, Apocalypse is a whole asshole.
He is.
Yeah, it's not good. Anyway, Andy is just pissed, so he grabs Apocalypse by the mouth and is like, I'm gonna crush you, dumb book. This is why I don't read.
Look at Andy's eyes. He's like, you? Yeah, he doesn't like this guy.
No, not at all.
Because he's playing around too much.
Yeah, agreed. But anyway, he's just like, my loop, my work for this loop is done, so it doesn't matter if you kill me. And there will be no more quests until, because, the sun's going to collide with the Earth before the next quest could even happen. So fuck you guys.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn, son. Where'd you find that? Let me stop.
Yeah. So.
Damn, son. Where'd
Yeah.
you find this?
Yeah. That's the...
So, at the end of the day, no matter what, Ragnarok will happen because of this revelation. And everybody's like, damn.
Damn, son.
This
Where'd you
fucking
find this? Let me
sucks.
stop. No, it does, because it's over. It's the end of the world.
It's all over, man.
An end of this loop.
Yeah. So they don't even know what to do right now. And at that point, spoiler. At that point, that's when we cut over to Ruin, who's just chilling, watching us get closer to the sun. Like, blood, I don't need a parasol. Thanks. And he's like, are you sure? Your skin will burn. Doesn't it hurt? And he's like, yeah, but you know what? That's what's supposed to happen. The master rules imposed by God hold no errors after all. Let us create a place. Join us, those who surpass death. And basically he's just doing this whole speechify thing where he's like, we will create a place devoid of impure vessels and built with the tidings that you have ushered over the course of all of eternity, the 101 master rules. we will create a perfect world. And the chapter ends with both of them just Andy going like, you rotten bastard, and Ruin going, God, yes, oh God.
Oh, good.
Yeah, perfect job.
And that's where this chapter ends. Josh, what did you think about this chapter?
Initially I thought I wasn't gonna have that much to say, since not too much happened aside from that huge information drop. But what happened at the end here, right? With this, what's his name again?
Andy? Oh, Ruin,
yeah, right. The way he's talking kind of brings me back to a point I made a real long time ago about the series, about how an idea I had about the series, and it's like what it kind of represents, what's trying to be told here. And I thought one of those things was that, like, challenging the conventional views of like religion and people who have faith in a all-knowing, all-powerful God and a sentient God, you know what I'm saying? A creator, right? And I'm not going to rehash all the criticisms you can have. I'm not going to get into the philosophical debate about it. We can in the comment section if you guys want to, though. But I always thought that this series was a commentary on just not accepting how things are, especially because some book says that some guy up in the sky says it should be this way. Because if we believe that, then we'd all still agree. There's just a lot of things that would be different and for the worse if we just if that's how society functioned. I'm not getting into I'm not gonna go again to get into the philosophical points about is if there is a God, is he evil or good, and et cetera, et cetera. There's a conversation for another day, I guess. But that is what Unruin represents. He is saying that because God is making it happen, because it is happening, it is something that God allowed, and because God is allowing it, it must be good, right? The interesting thing about this series is that there's not something up to interpretation for us to figure out. We know that we may not know how they look. We may not know who they truly are. If they're just another human that had the ability of un-God. You know what I'm saying? But for the information we have, we know that there is a person up in that sky, a creator that made things the way they are. Right? And that's what's been Under's mission this whole time, is to resist nature. To say that, no, these things about life are wrong because we feel and we all agree that it's wrong and we want to change these things. I like that a lot. I think that's one of the things that drew me to the series in the first place. Because it definitely wasn't Andy being naked all the time, I'll tell you that. If anything, I was kind of like, oh man, this is getting old. But you know what? He did relax on it. And then I also just got used to it. Yeah. So it's funny how that shit works.
Yeah.
But it just made me think about that again. And I really, when the series ends, I promise guys, I'm going to have a lot to say about that topic in general. I just want to wait and see what overall message this guy wants to get across before I put my own feelings and thoughts into the conversation. More than I already do.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Christian, any thoughts? Any rebuttals to what I said?
A little bit. I mean, I don't have many rebuttals. I agree with what you said completely. I will say
about the series being a commentary, a criticism of traditional religious beliefs.
Yeah, the idea of fatalism at the very least, even
right.
That,
that's the word. That is the term.
These are how the rules are set out of the universe, and we are slave to these rules for the most part. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this was a crazy chapter. A lot was revealed.
Yeah,
in a very short amount of time. But now we have like a little bit of a time clock going for us right now. So they gotta find Fuko fast at this point. They have 3 months.
Oh yeah,
basically. I don't know. I don't know what to make of this. I don't know if
the Earth is about to fly into the sun, and they got 3 months.
Yeah,
My Hero Academia. He keeps changing. Why they only got a week? Why they couldn't have a few months to figure shit out? Come on, man. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, this is a really good chapter of Undead Unluck. I don't know where it's gonna go from here. I'm excited to see.
We're in the end game.
Yeah. I mean, hey, don't say that, Josh. Apparently, that's a bad thing to say.
We're in the final arc. The final.
We don't know. Hey, yeah, sure. The Earth's careening towards the sun, and we only got like a couple things left to do before the series is done. But hey, there could be another long arc.
I can only hope, man.
Yeah. But that being said, I think that this was a good chapter. I don't have much to say about it because I'm kind of reeling by how quick everything just, how escalated quickly it did.
Yo, shit turned up again.
Yeah, I'm like, I got whiplash to it.
Bro, the last thing we thought that was serious was everyone getting turned into trees, which is
Yeah.
pretty bad. I mean,
that's pretty bad.
I don't want to get turned into a tree forever.
No, not forever. But
Definitely not no bitch ass cherry blossom tree.
yeah,
Soft as hell.
yeah. But yeah, that was Undead Unluck. I think. I don't have more thoughts. Do you?
Nope.
Then that has been our show. Thank you guys so much for listening. You can find me at the Chris Espinal, Josh at JDCole_37 on Instagram, and NYChillin on Twitter. Brian at B.ESP on Twitter and Instagram, and also his stream, twitch.tv/It's Punchline. Watch him play video games. You can follow the show itself at New Jump City on Twitter and Instagram. Follow the show especially because we do a really good chapter of the week poll every week, and we reveal the winner on the show. So check it out. Usually goes up on Sundays. Check us out there. You can email us at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com with any questions, suggestions, anything you guys want us to talk about. Please keep them coming. It was very cool to answer one this week. Subscribe to us on iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts, and on YouTube. Please do so. That would be super cool. Give us a like, give us a subscribe, share, comment, whatever you thought about the show, about the chapters, whatever you want. We'd love to hear from you guys. And with that being said, that has been our show. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you next week, New Jump citizens.
Peace out, guys. Thanks for listening. Kurorushi. He's nasty, yo.